Welcome to The Story Behind. This video series attempts to find the origins of some of rock's greatest songs. This week we search for the story behind the classic Donnie Iris and the Cruisers track, Ah Leah. Ah Leah is a song by Donnie Iris and the Cruisers from their 1980 album, Back on the Streets. The song was released as a single in late 1980 and reached number 29 on the US Billboard Hot 100. The song is widely considered to be Iris's signature song and was most popular in Canada, where it became a top 10 hit. I've always thought that Canadians had pretty good taste, especially these two hoseheads. Because this song came out in 1980 and, well, the whole world seemed to be still enchanted, as was I with everything Star Wars related, whenever the song came on the radio, I couldn't help but think about Carrie Fisher. Of course, the lyrics had nothing to do with a space princess fighting a rebellion in some distant galaxy far, far away, but hey, I was just a kid. So if not Princess Leah, what is the story behind this song? And we do know that every song has a story. It's just that some of them don't have anything to do with the actual song lyrics. And that is truly the case with Ah Leah. Years after the song was released, Iris, along with his primary songwriting companion Mark Evsick, were sued by someone claiming that they'd stolen his song. Once Iris and Evsick heard the original song that they had hypothetically plagiarized, they knew that if they had their day in court, they would win. And win they did. Unfortunately, legal fees sucked up every single penny that the two of them had made on the song and left both of them reeling financially. It was at that point that Mark Evsick made the decision to go to law school. Today, Mark is a highly sought-after intellectual property attorney who helps other artists fight cases similar to his own. And he still moonlights as a member of the Cruisers in Donnie's band. For those who still think that the song might have been inspired by someone, a real-life Leah, if you will, well, let's dig a little deeper. A few years back, Donnie sat down with the website Songfacts and answered the question, what's the story behind Ah Leah? And his response is even more surprising than the legal backstory that I've already shared. You see, the song was originally written as an anti-war anthem. And in the background of the song, Donnie and Mark wanted to have a hook, a chorus, a tune that sounded like a Gregorian chant, or so the article says. And somehow Mark came up with Ah Leah just as a chant. It wasn't a girl's name or a reference to any one person in particular. But as they kept working on the song, they realized that it definitely sounded like they were referring to a woman. And as such, they changed the course of the entire song and took it in a completely different direction. Now, also in that interview, Donnie does admit that there was a girl by the name of Leah who had dated one of the guys in the band many years back. Donnie recalled that she was strikingly beautiful and that he'd always loved that name. So instead of an anti-war tune, end of the day, he and Mark just turned the darn thing into a love song. One more thing, if you are a fan of Donnie and Mark's songwriting, you may want to give Bon Jovi's song She Don't Know Me another listen. It's the only single ever released by the band that wasn't at least written in part by John Bon Jovi and the guys. If the song sounds like a Donnie Iris song, well, that's because it very well could have been, as it was written by Evsick. So there you go. Kudos to Mark Evsick, and a major shout out to one of the hardest working musicians in the Pittsburgh area, Donnie Iris. If you haven't heard his song Little Black Dress from his 2006 album Elwood City, well, you should check it out. It's on YouTube. In fact, I'll put a link to the left of Donnie here where you can go and watch the video. Alright, so that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and what the heck, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I talk about music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and mostly 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.